Hey everyone, what's up? Alright, so I'm gonna do a response video to this little video that's been floating around as of late, called Damian Skyfire is a Pussy. Now, I will say, I realize that this probably isn't the most necessary video, and, Damian, of all people, doesn't need me to stick up for him, but Damian is a friend of mine, and honestly, I watched like maybe a minute. This video is only like a minute 55 seconds, but I watched like maybe 40 seconds of it, and it basically encompasses the entire problem with this exchange with Hunter Avalone and Damian, and to a lesser extent myself and Zach. Because Damian got a few other comments similar to this guy with what he's going to say, but it just goes back to the whole debate me bro crap, and people not understanding why, Damian turned down this debate challenge from Hunter, and why, myself included also did, and Zach did as well. But I'll get into that more, but let's just get into this video. And as far as I can tell, I've scrolled through his channel a little bit. As much as I can tell, he seems to be a cheerleader for Hunter Avalone. Because he's done several videos that mirror Hunter's videos, essentially. So it's Mitch Rants, or what the fuck ever. I'll link the video below, but let's just get into this. Make sure it is turned up all the way.
You know what it is? I'm gonna rant. So this guy by the name Damian Skyfire, or not Damian Skyfire, has made 2 videos attacking Hunter Avalone over
like you're about to do to Damian.
Seeking professional help with non-offending pedophiles.
No, that's not what it was about at all. None of us are opposed to a pedophile seeking professional help for their paraphilia. That's not what it was about at all. Right away, you're misrepresenting just our position entirely. Hunter was proposing the idea that we need to destigmatize non-offending pedophiles, which I get that the non-offending part is, the key part there, so I'm not strawmanning what he proposed, but that is what he proposed. And myself, Damian, and Zach, and many others in our group are entirely against that idea. Because even though you're only proposing to destigmatize non-offending pedophiles, to an extent, you're still proposing that we destigmatize pedophilia. I get the non-offending part, but a non-offending pedophile is still a pedophile. We don't need to destigmatize anything. We need to encourage them to seek help, sure, but there needs to be no destigmatizing on our behalf whatsoever. Some attitudes are, present for a reason and don't need to change. Sometimes progression isn't always a good thing, especially when it comes to this topic. So right off the bat, you're completely wrong.
And Damian has attacked Hunter Avalone over this topic.
He hasn't attacked Hunter Avalone. He responded to Hunter's video disagreeing with him and criticizing his stance. And, I mean, why do you keep saying that? Oh, he made a video attacking Hunter Avalone. How dare he? Like, you're doing the same exact thing right now?
So, Mr. Avalone has challenged Damian to go on a debate with him. And of course, Damian cowered and been a pussy, and he decided to decline that offer.
The reason that Damian declined the offer, and why, subsequently myself and Zach declined Hunter's offer, was because we knew exactly what it was going to be all about. Because we know Hunter's game. Specifically, myself. I used to be a fan of Hunter Avalone. I still like to check out his channel every once in a while to see what he's up to, because what can I say? Like I've said before, I find Hunter Avalone to be an interesting case. about how someone in such a short period of time can completely flip on almost all of their positions and completely take a shit on his former fans, the same fans that got him to where he was, quite frankly. But no, the reason we declined was because we knew what it was going to be. Hunter's entire game is finding smaller content creators who don't do debates, typically, going onto their channel and goading them into coming onto his Discord so he can talk over them and yell at them and, you know, just create a bunch of owned clips. He has a compilation on his channel, Best Hunter Avalon Roasts, which is pathetic because half of the people that he's roasting and owning are literally random teenagers on Discord. And I'm not even joking. Yeah, it's that pathetic. And that's what he wanted to do with myself, Damian, and Zach. And we declined because we knew what it was going to be. It was going to be a massive waste of time where Hunter was going to be talking over us, and we were probably going to end up talking over Hunter, and nothing was going to get accomplished. And no one's minds are going to be changed. And it's about a fucking stupid subject that most people, you know, most people can fucking agree on. It was a stupid take. It was a dumb take that Hunter made. It was a stupid proposition that he made. You know, tough shit. You said something stupid. It's not my fault that Hunter can't take the fact that what he said is fucking stupid, because it is.
Claiming that Hunter has bullied small channels.
That's literally what he does. Now, I mean, you can take issue with the word bullying. I mean, quite frankly, I think the word bullying gets tossed around a lot. Now, it was when it comes to online shit. But, I mean, it's not far off to describe what Hunter kind of does. You know, he specifically goes after smaller content creators. And, you know, like a lot of us have mentioned, he has declined to debate Nick Fuentes, being probably the biggest one, Actual Justice Warrior, who I am a big fan of, Vincent James, and several other typically conservative or right-wing content creators who, you know, Hunter has said one thing or another about. He's made many videos on Nick Fuentes. He's not made any videos on Actual Justice Warrior, which is weird, but probably because he knows that if he tried, he would get absolutely exposed. Because Sean has made several videos on Hunter exposing his bad ideas and his bad takes and whatnot, and completely, you know, I hate to use the term nowadays, but debunking him, essentially. And Hunter will not call Actual Justice Warrior out the same way he's called, you know, Damian out and me out and so on and so forth. Because Sean does do debates regularly and does do his research and knows what he's talking about. And if Hunter actually tried to step up to him, I think that he knows that he would get embarrassed. You know, he can say that Sean is creepy and that he's a stalker and he's obsessed with him and so on and so forth. Yeah, okay, whatever. But at the end of the day, like, it's clear why he won't, you know, have a conversation with Sean. You know, or why he won't have a conversation with Nick. And I just want to say, like, I massively disagree with Nick Fuentes on a number of things. I'm not a Nick Fuentes fan or a groiper. But the way that Hunter has attacked Nick Fuentes on YouTube, on Instagram, Twitter, and all these other places, talks about him all the time, but then won't actually get into a conversation with him, is kind of pathetic. I made one video responding to Hunter, and that was enough. One video. Same with Damian. Same with Zach. One video. Each of us. Because Hunter had a bad take on fucking pedophilia. You know, and I'll say this too. Like, Hunter isn't obligated to debate any of those people. Just like we're not obligated to debate Hunter. You know, but the hypocrisy is. The hypocrisy on Hunter's part. He's calling us cowards and spineless because we won't debate him, but then by his own standards, he himself is a hypocrite and a coward by his own standards because he won't have a conversation or debate Nick Fuentes, actual Justice Warrior Sean, Vincent James, any of these other people he's talked shit about, probably wouldn't have a debate even with someone like Lauren Chen, Roaming Millennial, who he's also made several videos on, or any of these other people. He doesn't challenge or try to get into debates with any of these people who have the same, size following as him or bigger following than him. He really only tries to challenge people who are smaller, who have smaller followings than him, who are really just no ones. That's really all he does. And then he sits on his Discord and he pulls in fucking random stupid-ass teenagers to debate because he knows that they'll make him look good. And he knows that, we could maybe make him look good. I really don't know, but because we don't do debates typically. And most of the people that he pulls in for these debates don't really do debates either. It creates the illusion that he's smarter than he actually is.
First of all, Hunter doesn't bully anybody. He educates them.
Oh, that's a fucking lie, because I know that he had some drama with a YouTuber called BX Beast Boy, and he made a stream responding to one of BX Beast Boy's videos, which was really just kind of lighthearted at best, where he did the same thing to BX Beast Boy. He tried to goad him into a debate, and then BX Beast Boy just kind of laughed him off and was like, dude, whatever, you're pathetic. But I remember him in that video, he said to his subscribers, he said, go, sorry about that, go, I think he was telling them to go to his Twitter, go to his YouTube, go to the video, type in the comments, shit like that. So he was sort of sending his followers to kind of harass BX Beast Boy into having a conversation with him. So just to say that he, maybe bullying again is a strong word, but, at the very least doesn't sort of harass people who have smaller followings who are really nobodies. People that he knows that he can punch down, or try to punch down at least. Because quite frankly, in that comment section on Damian Skyfire's video, he got his shit kicked in. But anyways.
And he doesn't go after small channels.
He literally does, though. He, exclusively goes after small channels. He went after that one random lady who was against masks or whatever. That was, in 2020. He's been having this drama with BX Bullet TV or whatever the fuck her channel name is. The conservative furry, BX Beast Boy, like I just mentioned. There was another one, but I can't quite remember. And then, of course, Damian, myself, Zach. I know there's a few others that I'm not mentioning. He pulls, like I said, literally, I'm not even making this up. He, will debate random fucking teenagers, self-admitted teenagers, into his Discord and bring them onto his YouTube channel and debate them. Who don't have followings whatsoever, who are just, again, random teenagers. He, exclusively goes after, smaller content creators and tries to goad them into debates. Sure, he makes videos, on, people like Lauren Chen and stuff like that, but he just makes live streams to, make weak roasts on them. He never, tries to as far as I know, he doesn't try to contact them and be like, hey, I want to have a conversation or debate with you about this or that or whatever. I've seen several of his debates that he's had with people who have smaller followings than him, and he's proceeded to be, quite frankly, outclassed and made to look bad. So, and if it's any consolation, he did the same thing in his anti-SJW days, so, And then he got challenged by Vosh. I don't like Vosh whatsoever. I think he's a slimy, dishonest piece of shit. But Vosh wasn't just some, he wasn't just somebody. He wasn't just some nobody who really didn't know what from what. He actually somewhat knew his shit, some of what he was talking about. He was gifted rhetorically. And Hunter got embarrassed, which kind of led to some conversion a little bit. So, he steps up to someone who's actually got somewhat of a functioning brain, although I say that loosely with Vosh, and he gets embarrassed. Do you think he's going to do that with, a person who's right-leaning or whatever, whoever he has a problem with, who actually does do research and does, it has, two brain cells rubbed together, who is rhetorically gifted, who can debate pretty well? You think he's going to go up to someone like that and then only to get embarrassed again in the same fashion? It's why he only goes after smaller people.
I mean, I see him go after Shoe on Head and Vosh.
When has he actually really went after Shoe on Head or Vosh? I mean, it's really only to, like, slightly sort of kind of disagree with them, and really just in a friendly way. Like, Vosh and Shoe on Head are basically on the same side as him diametrically. Vosh is a little more further left than Hunter, I believe, but he made videos on Vosh and Shoe on Head. He's cool with them, as far as I know.
And Politically Provoke, or whatever that one is, and even BX Bullet. And
yes, BX Bullet TV, who has 1,000, 2,000 subscribers, who gets maybe the same amount of views on her videos that I do. You just you refuted your own point by bringing up BX Bullet.
Not to mention Big Papa Fascist, and
yes, Big Papa Fascist, who again has a smaller following.
And something veteran, critical thinking veteran, and not to mention
Critically thinking veteran, yes. Someone else who, to my knowledge, not that big of a channel, doesn't really have that big of a following.
he got into a vicious debate with Beerson. So for you to say,
Okay, and Beardson is some fucking retard who doesn't have a large following either. He's some fucking alt-right fucking retard. And that's another thing. He'll debate people like Beardson. Debate. He will debate people like Beardson because he knows it'll create some entertaining drama content on his channel. He'll sit in a debate with someone who isn't going to even take it seriously, and who will just insult him, throw ad homs his way, but then he won't debate someone who would actually have an honest conversation with him, like Sean. If you've seen actual Justice Warrior Sean in debates, he's not unreasonable. He is willing to have actual conversations with, leftists and just people he disagrees with in general. But Hunter won't debate someone like that. But he'll debate someone like fucking Beardson, who, again, not a huge following. I think he's probably friends with Nick Fuentes or something. I don't fucking know. But all these people are, they're nobodies, essentially. They're not big at all. Hunter, at one point, was much bigger than all of them. And still, I guess, technically is, but
he just bullies small channels. He always bullies them. Shut the fuck up.
he exclusively goes after smaller channels when he wants to do debates. Those are the only channels he will go after because he knows that he can punch down.
You're just a pussy because you don't want to be educated by Hunter.
Educated on what? Educated on what? Educated on why pedophiles non-offending pedophiles should be destigmatized? Oh yeah, real education he's missing out on there. Educated on what? Hunter doesn't educate anyone about anything. Everyone fucking knows Hunter is basically just the dollar store Destiny. He is a less effective version, essentially, of Destiny. literally, you look at Hunter's content and Destiny's content, it's clear where Hunter is getting the inspiration from. Like,
alone.
well, that was a fucking trash fire. So yeah. I, yeah. Damian is afraid to be educated by Hunter Avalon. Again, I'm not educated on what? Why it would somehow be safer to destigmatize a certain group of pedophiles and make them feel safer. Do you not see the problem there? You can, and Hunter can pull off any fucking half-baked study or data or whatever the fuck he wants to pull up. You know, this is a deeply, I view it as a deeply philosophical conversation about morals and shit. Like, honestly, think about what is being proposed. Okay, like, we're destigmatizing non-offending pedophiles and making them more comfortable. Do you not see what could potentially happen there with that? Like I said, we disagree with the destigmatizing part. I'm not against, non-offending pedophiles getting help for their paraphilia. Again, I'm not against that idea. Neither is Damian, neither is Zach. We just don't think there needs to be destigmatizing, can't talk, of pedophiles. Even if it is non-offending pedophiles. They're stigmatized for a good fucking reason. It was a stupid fucking take on Hunter's part. Get over it. Alright, that's it for this one. Let me know what you guys thought of this. Peace. Have a good day.